Okay, so I actually have a guide that I'm going to just kind of follow along and make sure I'm hitting all the steps. And then this is for you.
Okay.
And here's a pen. And you can actually even grab a book off the shelf, something to write on. So the idea behind this is, crisis response plan is something to have kind of in your pocket or kind of on your person somewhere that are helpful strategies or coping strategies that you can employ when you're starting to feel or have thoughts of harming yourself or thoughts of distress or worsening mood or anything like that. Okay? So when you think about this event, and you can, the idea about this plan is it's collaborative, it's your plan, so it only needs to make sense to you. So you can write on that card however it is that you like, okay? But the first thing is we want to address is what are the warning signs or the things that let you know that you're starting to go down this road, that your mood is worsening or you're starting to have more of these thoughts. What are some of those feelings, physical sensations? What might those be?
I mean, I guess before, like, I made the attempt, I was pacing back and forth.
Okay.
And really agitated.
Yeah, I mean, pacing's a pretty good warning sign, right?
So do I just like write that down, or?
Yeah, however you like to
Okay.
describe the card. Some people make lists, some people put it all over the front or the back. So
Okay.
yeah, whatever makes sense to you, so that you understand what it is that we're talking about.
Okay.
Okay. So pacing is a really good one. What else might be some warning signs?
Well, I said I was, feeling anxious.
Okay. How do you know you're anxious?
I mean, I feel like my heart racing.
Okay.
I have trouble concentrating. I feel like hot.
Yeah. Do you feel like those might be good warning signs that are indicative of this kind of mood or?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, as you look at that list, does that feel like a pretty good list, or do you think there's another one that we're missing?
That's all I could think of right now.
Okay, and the cool thing about this plan is we can always update it. It's a living document, so to speak. So if you think of something else, we'll jot it down. Okay?
Okay.
But for now, we'll move on. So the next thing we want to make sure we do or have on this plan is things that you can do on your own. So when you start to experience these warning signs or these triggers, what is it that you can do on your own, not necessarily by reaching out to anybody, but just on your own to cope with it? So what are some strategies you might employ to deal with stress?
Well, in the past, I used to like to go for a walk.
Okay. Is that feasible kind of where you live now? Is that something that you can see yourself doing? That's pretty easy?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
What else do you like to do to de-stress?
I like to play with the cat.
That's right, you mentioned your cat.
Yeah.
What's your cat's name?
Cody.
Cody? Nice. So yeah, so play with your cat or attend to your cat or whatever. Okay. So you got go for a walk, play with your cat. What else?
Take a nap.
Yeah, does that help you typically de-stress?
Yeah, I like naps.
Okay. Anything else that we can think of?
That's all I can think of right now.
Okay. So the next category is listing out reasons for living. What are those motivators for reasons for not following through with taking your own life?
Well, I tried.
It sounds like there was some hesitancy or delay on your part, though, so I'm wondering if there were some things that were kind of maybe at the back of your mind that maybe made you think, maybe I shouldn't go through with this. What might those be?
I mean, I was thinking about my cat, someone's got to take care of him. That's not fair to him.
Okay, so your pet? Sounds like you have you really love your cat.
I do love my cat.
Yeah, pets are great. They become like members of the family.
Yeah. I mean, it's my cat. are things in life that I want to do. It's just I don't see
So maybe
how to do them.
some goals that you would like to accomplish, even if you don't know exactly how to get there yet.
Yeah,
What?
I'd like to go back to school.
Okay. What else? What would you like to go back to school for?
Well, I mean, I wanted to be an interior decorator.
Okay.
I thought that'd be a really fun job.
Yeah. Do you think that's a good reason for living, as that you want to have down on your car? Kind of like
Yeah.
unfinished goals you still want to accomplish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That's, yeah, I'll write that down.
You mentioned you called your mom. I'm not sure if
Well,
that
she
might
called
be.
me,
Or that's right,
yeah.
she called you.
Yeah. Hi.
Families can go either way, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I mean, we have a pretty good relationship, but I just don't want to bother her with all my
Yeah.
problems.
You don't want to feel like a burden.
Right.
Okay. Do you think that's a good reason to have on there, or maybe not for this
Not a
purpose?
burden?
No, that a good reason for living is your relationship with your mom.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, perfect. Did you already get that down?
Yeah, I wrote that down.
Awesome. So the next category is, so we talked about earlier about things that you can do on your own. This category is people that you can reach out to, right? So those that you view as having like social support, right? So close family or friends that you'd be willing to call and talk to. And it may not even be to tell them directly about why you're calling, but just to call them and share about that you're in a weird mood and need to get out or something like that. Do you have any people like that in mind?
I don't have any close friends here, but I guess now my mom knows I'm suicidal, so.
So you feel comfortable reaching out to her if this were to happen, if these thoughts were to return?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
So, what I'd like for this part is to make sure to list, your mom or her name, and then also her phone number. So if you need to pull your phone out,
I've got it.
unless you have it memorized, yeah.
Okay.
Anyone else, in case your mom was unavailable, is there anyone else that you might be comfortable reaching out to? Whether it's, I don't know if you have a roommate or if you have
No.
a friend,
Just my cat.
even if they don't live in the area, that you become like a friend from high school or anything like that.
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, my dad, maybe?
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. And then the last category is professional assistance. Okay, so one of the people that will have you write down is my name and my phone number.
Okay.
And as far as that goes, that number is available during business hours. So I'll also want to give you a crisis line or emergency line in case you need to reach me outside of those hours.
Okay.
So obviously you can always call 911, so that's another one. And then the crisis line I was just talking about is, you ready for the number?
Yes.
It's 1-800-273-TALK.
Okay.
And then you can also text that same line. I can give you that number.
Okay.
If you prefer texting, that's 838-255.
Okay.
So you've got my number, which is available during business hours, and in case it's emergency, you've got 911, and then the two crisis line options, the call-in number and the text. Okay. Any questions about the crisis response plan that we just created today together?
I mean, what if I try some of these and they don't work? Like petting the cat or something like that, and it's still
Yeah,
working.
no, I think that's a great question. What are your thoughts on what might you do now that we've created this plan?
I guess I would call someone, but
Yeah, you can kind of think of this, I think that's a great idea. You can think of this plan as kind of like escalating intensity, right? So you've got steps for as if the first, strategy doesn't work, we've got other strategies to employ, okay? Ultimately, if none of the strategies work, it's go to your local ER or call 911, okay? And that's kind of like the last call to make sure you are safe, okay?
okay.
Does that answer your question?
That answers my question.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you taking the time today to fill this out with me.